Hello, Ilko from Thriller Pops here. This is the RK-3 MERR Sonn blaster pistol used by Thrawn and by Imperial specialists and officers. Seen in animated series and also in Battlefront. Okay, the blaster itself. It's a pretty neat design. A couple of parts. Very easy to build, and there's another video where I show you how to build it. But these are the basic parts, the muzzle. When you add it, make sure the cross on the front has a top, bottom, left and right. Make it centered before you glue it. Yeah, make sure that you do that right. Okay, the front part. It's pretty easy. There are slots in the handle, so when you put it in place, just add a little bit glue on the tube, a little bit in the slots, and it is fixed. Pretty easy. Then we got the center receiver part, all the same as the front part, just a little bit of glue and it's in place. Here I already glued the rear receiver part and the end cap together, and I drilled a hole into the steel tube for the wire, as Paul Wittrow is going to add a laser in there, so that's pretty cool. There's room to guide the wire, and when you have the wire put in there, there's some excess wire probably, and you can just pull it out, add LED or the laser and put it back in, just like that. Put it out in and then fix the LED in place or the laser in place. But before you do that, of course, you have to put some electronics into the blaster itself. Paul's going to make some photos when he does that, so you got a pretty good idea how to install it. Okay, when we open the left and the right side together, you can see there's plenty of room in there compared to other blasters. There's room like 70mm high, 35 wide, and if you put the two pieces together, it's about a depth of 25mm. So that's pretty decent space to work with. Still tight because you have to put a lot of electronics in there, but yeah. There's a slot for the selector of blaster fix and an on-off switch. What not is there already is the USB charging port. Paul will install that, and when I know where he does that, I will just put that into the design itself. The trigger is most work. You have to sand, try, sand, see if it works, add some white Vaseline to it. White Vaseline is perfect because it's not toxic, there's no acid in there, so it's okay for your fingers, no problem. But you make sure not to touch any external parts, because where Vaseline is, paint won't go. And if that happens, clean it, rub it with pure alcohol, 99%, isopropyl or something like that. It's pretty easy to put back all together. And remember, you need a little bit of glue, not much, to fix it in place. Just be careful with resin. It's brittle. When you drop it, it will break. And if you put too much tension or torque to something, it will break also. So, as you can see, it's not too difficult to build. So if you like this model, check out my website, 3dprops.com, or check out my Patreon. And see you next time. Bye bye.